and welcome to Learn and Grow Together with Atulji. Today, I, Atul Grover, welcome you all in the second episode of our podcast, Unknown to Known with Gaurav Shirsat. Thank you, Gaurav, for joining this session with me. But before we start, as a tradition which we follow in our definitely podcast, we'll set up or we'll give 30-second pause here and we'll pray to our God that give us the strength, give us the power, the words, the feeling which we want to tell to everybody, we are able to convey on that particular part. So I request everybody on the call, on the podcast, just pray to your God to whom you worship, and for 30 seconds, and then we'll start with the discussion with the Gaurav here. Okay, so once again, welcome back, everybody. Okay, sorry. Hope you all are doing good. So, good morning, people who are joining from UK and Europe side. Good afternoon, who are joining from specifically from Asia, my friends from India, and good evening, who are joining from US or Canada regions perspective sides. Okay, so Gaurav, I welcome you in my podcast with the second episode of Unknown to Known. I know you are not an unknown person in the community. You have very good name and fame in the community, specifically when we talk about the dev meetups in Mumbai and the Pune. You are one of the organizer along with Anubhav and Sujen Datta as well on that particular part. But still, I want to be consider you as an unknown at point of time because there's a lot of things which we want to know from you as a Gaurav, and I want to be hand over to you. So let's start with the standard practice. Okay, how or let's introduce you yourself as a ServiceNow developer, as a ServiceNow architect, as a ServiceNow business analyst. How you started this journey? I'm sure you are on 7, 8, 10 years experience now, and there are a lot of people like me who want to be learned from you for a single word as well. Over to you, Gaurav. Now.
Yes. First of all, I would like to thank you, Atul, for calling me on the podcast. I think this is second time we are doing the podcast. The first one, which was done in I think in the last month. So a very big thank to you and blessings to your channel. Thanks for calling me as a guest over here. So the question which you have started initially, I would like to introduce myself as a developer first because I would like to be a developer for whole of my career because that is what give me an immense pleasure in working. So the ServiceNow experience that I have is approximately 4 years now in ServiceNow as a developer. I have done Master of Technology from the University of Pune in embedded systems. I have worked as a embedded developer also. Post that, I just thought, let's have put our feet in service now. Then I joined one organization in the Pune where I worked around 3 years. Now currently I am working as a senior developer in Hewlett Packard Enterprise
Okay.
Bangalore office,
Okay.
and multiple modules on which I am working. Currently, I am handling ITSM, ITBM, the complete onboarding of one client in one their individual domain because we have the domain separated environments.
Okay.
Apart
Nice.
from that, as you have introduced myself to all, that one of the known person in Pune and Mumbai region. So thank you for giving or calling that with that advantage. So yes, many people in Pune know me because we do meet on weekends in Pune overall. So and in Pune meetups are also there are offline. So we do meet on the meetup, so people know me well. So virtual agent is one of the my strength which I loved most to be worked. ITSM, virtual agent, and CSM. These
Okay.
three are one of my favorite modules because in all these the virtual agent takes part, as well as I love to work on those portals. Apart from that, yes, as a developer I must know the insights of ServiceNow. So anything that comes in our queue, yes, as a developer we do work on that, but these three are very my favorite modules.
Okay. Okay. Good to know, Gaurav, about this. I want to be know that very very interesting. But that you said that you done your this degree in embedded system. Then how you move from embedded to service now? I'm sure that you're talking about circuits and all the things, and now
Yes.
you're doing a pure development of the coding here. How this move happened suddenly? It's a planned one. It's an unplanned, or I can say it's a God grace. Someone came and say, "Hey, Gaurav, come on, join service now," and you pick up that part. How this journey started?
Yes. So a very good question. I think you are the first one who have asked me the question how this transformation happened. I I have completed Bachelor of Engineering in Pune from Government College of Engineering.
Okay.
Then, as I was not having the knowledge of the industry, so I started because embedded is a core of electronics and telecommunication department. So I just started the journey over there. But every developer have that sorrow in the heart that I'm not earning that much and all. My all the roommates were working in IT. Some of were working in product based organizations. Some were working in the service based organization.
Okay.
So each day when we used to be go out somewhere or sometimes we all are free, they used to ask me why you don't want to come over here. You are doing the programming over there also, and here is also the programming. Even this programming is a bit easier than your embedded one.
Okay.
And for the opportunity purpose, I was reluctant at that time to relocate to Hyderabad or a Bangalore. I still want to be in Pune because I have spent almost 12 years of my life in Pune.
Okay.
So then I decided, let's try over here. So one of my roommate shared my CV in his office, but yes, as it was the first attempt, I had a defame. Then I
Nice.
just thought, let's do it.
Okay.
So just invest. I left that embedded job. Then for around 1 to 1.5 months, I spent my time in learning in one institute, as well as I was spending my own time into the programming of core C languages, Java, and other languages. Then I interviewed with Viom Labs in Pune. So I got selected. So 3 years I
Oh,
spent over there. One of the sub organization in VM Labs, DX Sherpa Technologies. There, I was working as an employee. So that organization still works on ServiceNow. I got deployed on many of their projects, and the journey started.
okay. Nice. The reason why I asked this question because you will be getting surprised, and the people who are on this call will get surprised that I have a very U-turn in my career as well. So if I tell about myself, I am a graduate in the BCom as a commerce. Then I done my MCA. Yes, I done my MCA in computers, and then I
Oh,
joined the IT industry. So you can imagine that completely a commerce guy doing the computer works and
right.
then doing in the industry. So that was the.
Maybe
Yes, so I thought that our journey is little similar on that part. Just
similar
difference
on
is
that.
that you are from embedded part, I am from the commerce background, but we are both on the same in the market point of time.
Right.
Good to know, Gaurav. Gaurav,
Yes.
one more thing that I visit your LinkedIn profile as well, and maybe guys, if you want, you can visit Gaurav's LinkedIn profile as well. He's a community. He's a community guy. He put the very lot of questions. He answer the questions. He put the blogs as well, and he run his own YouTube channel as well, specifically on the virtual agent. Now the point is that I thought I see that you're wearing a this hood of the ServiceNow MVP, right? I am able to see from my screen here. What does MVP mean? Because I'm an MVP, that's fine. I know that what is the meaning.
Yes.
But my friends who are with me on this podcast, they want to know because when we say that I'm a MVP, it's give up very feel proud to myself. Yes, I'm a ServiceNow MVP, and I received my, I can say, my trophy as well in the last week. So, what do you think? What is MVP, and how you become MVP? That what extra you did, what specific you did, what special you did to become a MVP. I want to be hear your thoughts on that particular part. And after that, we'll pick up Nivita. I pick up your question, and Tejal will pick up your question after this answer from the Gaurav.
Sure.
Over to you, Gaurav. Now.
Yeah. Thank you, Atul. So this question is being asked to me many times by many people. Whenever the new people come in Pune Dev meetups, or if I interact with someone on LinkedIn, also they also ask me the same question. Or other MVPs do get the same question. Like many friends of mine, Amit, then Anil, many friends are
Right.
MVP with me, so they are also getting the same question from multiple people. So now you people are using the new version of the platform of ServiceNow community. I think it is a core platform which was introduced, I think, during 2022 Diwali festival time. They
Okay.
just shifted from previous platform to this platform.
Okay.
Now people are having a very good UI of this system.
Right.
Before this, we were using one community platform, which was mainly the point based platform,
Okay.
where when somebody is answering to the questions of a author, and if
Okay.
the author thinks that this answer is getting, if this answer is resolving my issue, they used
Mhm.
to mark it as a correct. Same they are doing now,
Okay.
and we are
Nice.
getting the, I'm not sure how much points we are getting, because I never invest my time in just for the points.
Okay.
My main concern is to resolve the query of the author.
Correct.
Okay. So I think we were getting 40 points, 40 points for the correct answer, 10 points as a helpful. If
Wow.
somebody is making your article as a helpful, so we were getting 20 points. So on
Okay.
basis of that, the points were getting calculated in ServiceNow in the
Okay.
previous platform.
Okay.
So my journey started, just I joined my previous organization around in Corona. I think
Okay.
in month of May or June, I
Okay.
started working on ServiceNow community. One
Okay.
of my senior, Tushar, Iqbal, they have taught me ServiceNow very well. Other friends like Harshal, Kunal, they were colleagues to me over there.
Okay.
So they said that we should work on community. I said, why to work on community? They said, we are working on the project,
Mhm.
we can ask the question on the community. So
Okay.
those who are expert, they do spend their own time to resolve our query. So
Okay.
this is our responsibility also. If we know the answer or how the things can be done,
Mhm.
just help that person.
Okay.
This is what the motive
I'll,
of the
I'll, I
community.
will just stop you here. So when you said that we need to be answer on the community, and definitely everybody is very busy, seems to be busy or actually very busy nowadays. So how much time you spend in the community on the community in a single day, like a 1 hour, 2 hour, or Atul, I'm free all the day, so I spend 7 or 8 hours as well. So what that recommendation that okay, if I spend minimum this much time, I'm not talking about the end result that I will become MVP or I become rising star, that
Okay.
from the learning perspective that how much minimum time I should spend on that community so that I also learn something new on that particular part.
Okay. So as I told you, the journey started in 2000, that Corona time.
Yes,
Okay.
2019.
So many of us were on the bench as there was a recession in the market due to
Right.
Corona. So we were spending almost all working hours on community for learning something new. So
Oh,
once interview will get scheduled with the client, so
right.
we should be ready. So that was the
Okay.
first perspective.
Okay.
Second perspective was to help the people, those who are
Mhm.
already on the project. If we help them and if we try the things on our personal developer instance,
Right.
definitely we are getting something new to learn. So that was the
Mhm.
thing.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I learned the workflow only because of the community questions. I learned the basics of the workflow. Later on, almost for 1.5 months, I was only picking the questions of workflow. Any
Nice.
author who is having any difficulty regarding the workflow, I used to try that on my PDI with
Mhm.
all those correct script, or maybe using the out of the box core activities, whatever
Okay.
the configuration I have, I used to show it to on the paste it on the ServiceNow community answer. So this is
Okay.
how I learned the workflow. I have not spent
Nice.
any separate time in learning the workflow.
Good.
Next is, I was spending almost a day at the time when I got on the project. I think around Diwali
Okay.
I got my project.
Okay.
So still we were spending our weekends on community,
Oh,
because by spending my time, I was enjoying that
right.
people are getting satisfied my answers. There
Right.
were many, means, there is a competition on the community that who is
Yes.
answering more questions. So at that time I was also in that mindset, I should answer more than these people, I should get
Nice.
more points. That was in my mind. So it was a very happy time. I have
Okay.
spent it my weekends, even government public holidays also into
Oh,
that one.
nice.
Sometimes I usually am awake around 2 a.m. IST or 3 a.m. IST. I'm always awake. Many times
Right. We talk
we
right in
do
the
have a chat.
beginning.
You used to say me, Gaurav, it's your sleeping time. Go sleep.
Right.
So that time I used to spend on community in the
Okay.
past.
Okay.
Now still I'm busy with my other works now, just becoming
Correct.
a because I'm senior, I have the responsibilities of
Correct.
work mainly on my shoulders. But I do spend a weekend 1 or 2 hours in creating the articles, creating the blogs,
Hmm.
or answering to the questions. These days I'm only much focusing on the questions which are asked on virtual agent side, ITSM,
Hmm.
CSM side, or something about the portal side.
Okay.
I'm not investing more
Good.
time, but yes, weekends are 100%ly being invested in creating the articles so that I can post them on the community and people will get help.
Sure. That's a nice point that you're spending your weekends to create the article. I'll come back to on this question. Let me put a very simple question. What is the meaning of instance according to your words?
Okay. So are you talking about client instance or personal instance? Because I do treat them different,
It's
different.
just, let's say someone asked me, Atul, what is the meaning of instance? Because whenever we start any training, whenever we start any discussion, we say, okay, go and get the instance. Someone say
Right.
get a PDI, someone say get the instance. So one of my viewer asked me, what is the instance meaning according to your? So what is the instance mean according to you?
Okay. So this is good question. Basically, when it comes to my PDI treat in learning box. Okay.
Okay.
When we are treating this as a client instance, I will definitely say this is my workplace. Now,
Oh,
coming to the technical answer of this one, so ServiceNow instance, it's something which will which is a complete package of the system which is being provided as a software as a service or a platform as a service to the clients. Now,
okay.
based on the category of the user, the platforms can be rated as a software as a service because end
Mhm.
users are only using the system, as well as we as a developers, administrators, BN, whatever the fulfiller, anything, we have the rights to make to define this system as per our requirement, so it can be considered as a platform as a service.
Okay, good. Now I pick up the question from Nivita J. Is
Okay.
there any opportunity for freshers in the Indian market? Definitely, I would like you to be answer on that part because you're organizing a lot of dev meetups, and I hear that you guys are having some offline meetup as well on the weekends with Amit, Anubhav, Anil as well. So, what your take on that particular part? Do you actually agree yes there are opportunities, or you think no there's a no opportunities? If yes, then how I can get that opportunity as a fresher?
Okay. So good question. Many of the freshers do have this question whether we are getting something in this industry or not. So yes, there are opportunities for the fresher in this industry because every senior was a fresher in his days. Okay.
Correct.
So there are organizations in the market who do go for the campus interviews. Mainly MNCs goes to the campus and they hire the candidates.
Mhm.
So once you guys are hired in those MNC organization, you will definitely get a chance to work on ServiceNow. Secondly, there are many Indian MNCs like Infosys, TCS, many organizations. They do have their system administrative drive on the, I think, on the banner of the name system administrator profile or something. So
Okay.
they do hire freshers and those are directly sent on the ServiceNow project post their 3 or 6 months of training.
Okay.
Then all across India, in Bangalore, in Pune, in Mumbai, these are the main places which I know the IT industry is growing very rapidly.
Okay.
Noida, Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, Hyderabad. These five
Okay.
places where IT industry is huge in number. So there are many small to big organizations over there. They are also hiring the freshers. Now, how will you get the call?
That's the
So
point.
many platforms are there. People are usually following Naukri.com. That I
Okay.
know. Even I have also done the same in my
Right.
initials. Okay, but having a good connection on LinkedIn, like, I would like to thank Atul on behalf of everyone. He is doing great in this industry to educate people, to teach. He's teaching people remotely at a free of cost of service now through his channel. So that is a very big deal. When we were the freshers, there were, I think, only 1 or 2 channels were there.
Correct.
People were posting some basics about the service now modules. But now those who are fresher now, they are blessed. There are almost, I can count, around 70 very good channels to learn service now. So this is
Nice.
very rapid growth within last 3 years. And I personally recommend your channel, Technoman channel, and other channels also to learn the service now. There are
Right.
many, but these are few of my favorites, right?
Yeah.
So you can connect with these people over a LinkedIn. You can share your resumes with those people, as well as there are many HRs who post on LinkedIn about their hirings. Many
Right.
organizations only hire for ServiceNow freshers also, as well as sometimes you might be not getting the opportunity in ServiceNow, but yes, because of attending our meetups, going through the YouTube videos, you people know that ServiceNow is a good industry. Just kickstart your career as a fresher in a technology where you are getting a chance. Later
Okay.
on, by your self study, by growing yourself on ServiceNow, you can switch yourself on ServiceNow also,
Right.
because experienced people are hired first than the
Professional.
freshers.
Correct.
So
Correct.
do with
And,
this. And one more thing is
mhm.
Atul's channel. Other people are also over there. You guys just scroll on YouTube, you will get multiple channels. Free education is there. Second, ServiceNow is not a standalone application. You
Correct.
just have, you must have your own Gmail ID and keep your mobile ready. You can register for your ServiceNow personal instance. That is nothing but a tool, a platform where
Correct.
you learn ServiceNow at free of cost. It is not costed. Just your simple responsibilities. Make it open every day. If you do not open it for a 10 days, it will get
It will
lapsed.
be
You have
gone
to
right.
make it again. So everything is freely available.
Right. That's nice to hear, and maybe I can give an idea that you can write an article which includes the 70 channels which you have in your mind and put in the on the committee. It is definitely helpful. And thank you so much for mentioning me. It's not me only. I know a lot of people like Amit is there, Prashant is there. Your channel
Yes.
I follow. Harneet is there. Hardit is there. There are a lot of people who are building a lot of content and putting on the YouTube. Definitely,
Yes.
one thing they're getting is something different, but it is for the community, for everybody. Go and watch and learn as much as you see. Because I personally follow Amit, I personally follow Hardeep channel specifically and Prashant as well because they put a lot of new content from the technical part which helpful for me as well. So before we proceed further, I'll pick up the question from Tejal, and after that, Kajal, I'll come to you because she put the question before starting this call.
Okay.
How can we become good in the domain where we don't have any exposure? Like I want to learn any other domain apart from ITSM. Want to learn ServiceNow portal, service portal, the YouTube videos, and the community post. Maybe she's putting a lot, but I guess this question did not come completely here. So before I hand over to Gaurav here, I will say that Gaurav is the best example here. He was in the Medit system and he come in the service now. He said that I learned workflow from the committee itself, and now he's expert in virtual agent and the CSM part. But again, I'm a functional guy. I don't have much idea. I want to be hand over to you, Gaurav. How you answer this part that how I can learn. Definitely, everybody say go on the YouTube channel, go on the community, read
Definitely.
all these things. But what specific, what special I should do to learn this part? Over to you now, Gaurav.
Okay. So it's a very good question that you have asked. Maybe I can briefly answer to this question. So those who are having in a mind how I can learn service now, though I am not from IT background or something else. So let's have a brief answer on this question. So first of all, there are two types of freshers, I would say. Those are from the non-IT background like me and Atul. Okay.
Yes.
And you guys are from the IT background. You all are very blessed. So first, you guys should understand the cloud technology. Okay. What is software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So ServiceNow lies in SaaS, software as a service, and platform as a service. Later on, I will recommend each and every individual to at least see some of the MySQL video as well as some of the other videos through which you can understand the table architecture, because in the behind of the service now there is a database, and in that database the data is stored in the table in the column and row format. Like
Correct.
if you guys have done uh, after your SSC examination, if you guys have done HSC, or some people might have learned in the diploma, we were having a matrix in mathematics. So we were dealing with the row and column. Same thing we are doing over here. Anything that we do in ServiceNow, we are doing the CRUD operation. CRUD means create, read, update, and delete.
Delete.
Apart
Correct.
from this, we are not doing anything on the data.
Correct.
So learn this from the deep, what is doing. And imagine while you are studying this, make your own notes. Though I am having this much experience, but I still do my hand notes in pages these days also. I'm still a paper and pen lover candidate. Maybe people
Yes.
are using this time the modern digital slates and everything, but I'm still on pen and paper mode, which I love the most. And I have drawn the workflow on the paper also. Okay, so that was my
Right.
first step of learning. Second, once you learn, many of the channels over there, they can teach you the ServiceNow administration. Means how, after learning the table structure, how you can open a table, how you
Correct.
can open the record. What is the difference between dot list in capital and dot list in small?
Small.
If
Right.
you want to open any related record, how can you open that related record in a new tab? Then filtering the record, show matching, filter out, group by, saving your daily those filters which you can use every day, how to save those filters. These kind of things you guys can learn as an administrative part. Then importing the users using import set, import
Correct.
xml, export xml, these things you guys can learn. Once you guys feel that yes, now I can handle the administrative part of service, now adding the users to a group, giving the role, and all these things are now doable, then let's move a bit ahead and start doing small development. Like you can learn the dictionary of a field. What is
Right.
dictionary override? Then you can create your own custom table. Before that, you can go to sysdb object table, and there you can check what is the difference between extends and extensible. If I
Correct.
extend my table through that, what will happen? The parent child relationship between the tables. Then design your form and learn how many ways are there you can create the fields into the table. You can directly go to table definition, you can do form design, you can do form layout.
Right.
And this, at this point your journey will start. You will start understanding the architecture of service now, that what I am doing and what is happening. Once you create a sys choice field, you create a field on that table, but the choices are stored in sys choice table. So
Correct.
you should learn whatever I am doing, in which table the entry is getting created. If you add a user to a group, entry in the sys underscore user underscore gr member table, record is getting created. If you
Correct.
add a role to a user, sys underscore user underscore has role table, a record is getting created. So this is how you will learn and then start your journey.
Great.
The
I
second,
would like to
yeah,
share one point here. Sorry. So maybe
yes,
as you say, Gaurav, that you are still a pen and paper lover. I'm also on the same part. So you can see that I have my register. Maybe I can show you now. So this is
yes.
I started using in 2016 somewhere, and still 7 years gone. I'm still noting down my points here just to make my notes. And very very good point. You say that we need to be understand from the basics actually.
Right.
And I want to share my experience as well here, guys. That Gaurav also says same thing in the beginning that community is the best place to learn. And believe me, I log in into community not very frequently, not on the daily basis, very very rarely, once in a week or twice in a week somewhere. If I get a time, I go and check the questions and try to see that if I am on that place, how I can answer, how I can resolve that part. That is the one fundamental I would like to be say to everybody. Tejal, I agree that how to learn the new stuff. Definitely, you have the now learnings, you have a YouTube channels, you have a blogs. Get a basic understanding and then go to the community. Even you don't know the answer, at least read the questions. That will open your mind completely. That why people are asking these questions. What is the purpose of having this question? Yesterday I saw one question. Someone put a date format on the committee that I want to understand this date format, that how ServiceNow store the date in the database level. Very, very surprising for me. Why he's asking this question? ServiceNow provides a specific DDMMYY format and you can set it on that part. But that open the things in my mind that people are thinking up to database level as well. We are still on the front end only.
Yeah.
That's very nice, Gaurav, on that
Yes.
particular part.
Yeah. The
let me
second one I have not answered to her. So let me
sure.
just answer to her. So you can start with the ITSM. First, learn the ITIL basics. Okay. ITIL guidelines. You should go through the ITIL guidelines of the incident, problem, change, and other processes are being followed. Those whose organization is giving them the fund for this, or they are giving the sponsorship for the ITIL certification, I would recommend you guys to do that. Definitely, you can do through Excelos, or there are other partners who
Right.
can help you to get that one. So you can go for ITIL. It is good to understand neatly the ITIL processes. Then you can learn the ITSM. Now, once you are good in one module, now next you don't have to spend yours. You have already learned the architecture of ServiceNow. I told you the table
Correct.
architecture. Now let's take an example, CSM. How I learned the CSM. So CSM is customer service management, where we have two separate poles, the consumer and the customer. You can go to ServiceNow docs. You can go to the ServiceNow CSM learn path on Now Learning. There is a very
Correct.
good material available over there. And your organization, if you have partner portal access, you can get those at free of cost also. Okay. Now, when you have gone through and you have made your own notes about the CSM, what is contact, what is customer, what is consumer, what is account, what is user. So all these things when you learn, now the you can do the comparative study. Like, you have incident in ITSM, you have CSM case in CSM. So
Right.
the record is getting created here in incident table. Here your record is getting created into case table. What
Nice.
are the states of incident? New, in progress, on hold, resolve, close, cancel. Organizations may have their own
On
customized
as a
one.
customer as well, right?
Yes. And in CSM, what are the different states? So this is how you can learn via comparative study. And
Nice. Okay.
the incident sorry, ITSM is a module which is on the table structure. You do have the same. There also you have choice field, here also you have choice field, there is a reference field, here also the reference field, only the reference is different. So
Okay. I guess okay, he's back. Let me add him. Yeah.
okay,
Welcome
so
back.
yeah, so whatever it may be, you can just learn through that comparative study. So comparative is the first one which you can do with every module. Okay. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Gaurav, for this key highlights here. Okay, we done almost 32 minutes now. I'm thinking that wow, we have get a lot to know from Gaurav now. Let come back to the next point which I have in my agenda as well. What are the do's and don'ts as a developer? You think? Like
Okay.
nowadays, I guess someone put the question on the AI part as well. Like chat gpt is there, I can go and put my code and get my code as well, even though ServiceNow is coming with the Now Assist which can help you to get the code ready very quickly. But you have a good experience in the industry now, again from embedded to coming to service now. What your thoughts on the do's and don'ts as a developer, that what should I do completely, what should I don't do follow? Maybe it's a learning, maybe it's my official work, maybe it's my PDI hands on. How you suggest that part?
Okay. Very good question, Atul. What to do as a developer and what not to do. So first, I would like to tell you all, when I was during my undergrads, we have made the robots also, because I was from the
Embedded
ENTC
part.
background. So in the technical events of our organization, we had created one robot, the football race one and the other ones. Okay. So I will say only one dialogue of Hrithik Roshan from his movie. इंसान ने मशीन बनाई है, मशीन ने इंसान नहीं बनाया. सो
Correct.
कौन सी चीज किसको रिप्लेस करेगी वो हमें पता नहीं है, बट वी शुड बी इक्विप्ड विथ ऑल द टेक्निक्स. सो इफ यू बी अ ट्रू हार्टेड डेवलपर, if you are not relying on anyone for your work, I will tell you all. First of all, if you want to use the AI or other chat gpt sources for creation of the codes, you are free to do so. But my recommendation is, if we are relying on such a platforms, day by day we will be getting handicapped. We are
Correct.
getting 100% dependent on them. So not to use those AI tools for small work. Okay, if you have very complex work and your work is not doing well, then you can just give a try, learn the code from there, what automatically the code has been generated and what mistake you were doing, clarify your mistake and do write your own codes. Because sooner or later, if we are getting dependent on this AI tools, nothing will work for us if there is a complex thing and which is not being getting done using that machine code also. So that is the first thing. Second thing, what you asked, Atul, sorry, I forgot in the trans. Can you just
So do's
speak
and
about?
don'ts specifically, that what should
Yes.
not follow. So what is the do you don't you put that don't use this chat GPT or AI tools? What are the do's you recommend? Okay, that follow this practice and you become a good developer on that particular part.
Yeah. So many best practices, articles, blogs, even Atul's one of the video and everywhere, it is being tell what to do and what not to do. Apart from that, let me brainwash your mind. As a developer, you do not have to write a code always.
Right.
Okay? In ServiceNow, first think whether you can do this using a configuration only. No need to write a code. If it is doable by small minimal configuration like using UI policy, do it. If it is not doable, try to write a simple code. Your code should be optimized, less lines of codes and maximum number of logic should work over there. Use reusable code and always maintain a good code hygiene. As soon as you go on a project, you don't know how much time you will be there on that project, but once you left the project, people should understand your code. Just imagine you went on a medical emergency and Atul
Oh,
is going to work on whatever the work you are doing, it is going getting hand over to Atul. If he opens your business rule, he should not think that what is that what I'm seeing.
okay.
There should be a crystal clear code, there should be the good instructions, or at least if you are not adding the notes, your code should be readable. Okay, follow
Okay.
the ServiceNow best practices to
Mm-hmm.
do the code. This thing I would like to share
Okay.
with you. Best
No.
practices are available in the market. Don't use
Okay.
current dot update and all those things are there, but do follow these things. Okay.
Yes, and also I would like to be add here. Last week, not last week, I guess 2 days back, I attended one webinar which has been organized by Chuck Tomasi on the configuration versus customization. I guess being a developer, we have to be consider those points as well. That what should be customization and what is the configuration. Because I was reading a blog yesterday, and it says that you are a developer. It doesn't mean that you have to be write the code. You are a developer, you have to be think that what should I write for the code and what I can do without the coding part as well. That's the one thing. Good. Gaurav, I come back to your part again from the community side. Okay, how you get an idea that I have to be write a blog on this particular topic, how you do your research? Because again, same question come to me as well, Atul, how you create the videos, how you find out the ideas. So what your take on that particular part?
Okay. So on the ServiceNow community, the first article I wrote that was on uh, has role methods from client side and the server side. What roles the logged in user is keeping or not.
Mhm.
Okay. So in that one, I have covered almost everything. So what are the methods available in our APIs and what are the things which can we can covered into that. So that was one of the article. Second one, the most favored one means still it was created in I think 2021 and still I see I get the notification in my Gmail. People are giving kudos to that reference qualifier article.
Nice.
Okay, so there I have covered the live use cases which I have tried in my projects,
Okay.
or some I have collected from community. People have asked the question that this is this the requirement and I need a script for reference qualifier. So some of them I've tried to cover. Almost 12 examples I have given over there from low to the complex. So when
Okay.
we are creating an article, we should think that it should be helpful for everyone. We are covering everything into the article, and that article should be what we can say reusable, means people can reuse it in all aspects. It should cover everything. So
Mhm.
these points do cover. Make
Okay.
sure if you have an access on ServiceNow community to create an article, your article is not duplicated. Okay,
Right.
many developers MVPs are over there. huge amount of articles are there on the community. So make sure your article is not copying someone's data. Please, please, please don't do that. Never copy the content of someone's video. Don't copy the content of someone's article, because that person is spending huge amount of time in creating this. Okay.
Correct.
So that is the first thing everyone should follow. Okay.
Okay. And I guess we as a human being need to make a habit as well. If I really like the article, definitely I should must put kudos or helpful on that particular part. Because sometimes I thought that I why should I put the helpful or this? Even though that article helped me to resolve my problem, but we still no, why should I put? He'll get on more points. That is the something wrong intention in our mind, because if I put more on that part, maybe that person come with a new idea, new topics, and that will again helpful for me on that particular area. Good to know on that part. And now let's come back to this point. Everyone is aware that ServiceNow is a low code, no code platform. So will it be replaced by AI? You already answered this part, but still I
I
want to
won't.
hear again on that thing.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Still,
Good.
developers will rule this world. Don't worry.
That's fine. That's the spirit that yes, we are still here and you can't leave without us on
Developer.
the on this particular domain. Good
Yes.
to know. Now let's come back to again my agenda. And this question come to me that Atul, how the developer journey progress? Like, what are the roles available in the market? Like only developer, senior developer, or someone says, "I want to become an architect," because the word architect is very fancy, very
Right.
fancy. It's like a fancy. I can say fancy means that it is coming with a lot of responsibility, one thing, and it's coming with a lot of money as well. So what you think that what are the different role positions available in ServiceNow domain for a developer's perspective?
Okay. So when we talk about the designation or the roles in the market,
Mhm.
so I would say developer is a developer. An entire life, a developer should be a developer. But sometimes, due to some, like we have seen the COVID situation, or in other some aspects, people have switched their jobs. But being a developer, I will request each and every developer to be a developer whole of your life. Sometimes people do change from one domain to another domain. So technical domains such as the BA, the role which you are playing currently,
Mhm.
that is also one of the good role where the person should have knowledge on ServiceNow. He
Okay.
must be knowing about the feasibility. When you are going
Right.
upfront to the customer and getting the requirement from them, if you don't know what is service catalog and if this variable is available on the service catalog, you cannot develop the document for developer, right?
Right.
So a BA should be a developer before the client for taking the information. Second,
Okay.
other positions such as developer, senior developer, sometimes people say architect, junior architect, you guys must know in and out about the tool. Once you know the in and out about the tool, you can design your own application. The requirement that's come to your queue, you can suggest to the client, and this is how the journey of becoming from developer to the higher most. We are considering the architects as solution
Right.
architects as the highest most level technical person these days. Okay,
Right.
so when we are getting more and more knowledge about the tool and we are providing a good solutions, reusable solutions, cost effective solutions to the client, then our knowledge grows, and this is how your journey start. Not
Okay.
sometimes I can give an example is, if I put a 6 in my on a page and I will showcase to you, Atul, so it is 6 for me, but
Yes.
for you it's a 9.
Can be
Okay,
nine. Right.
so every solution that you are providing to the client may or may not be a feasible at that time. Sometimes it is not cost effective or they do not want that solution.
Right.
So you must have alternative solutions to each and everything in whatever technology you are working. And when you start thinking on this one, how can I do a thing in multiple way and
Mhm.
which is the best in the current situation, yes, your journey is started.
So it means that when I get experience, then I need to be start thinking on that perspective, or today from today onwards I start thinking that how I can solve this problem in the multiple ways.
Yes. Start it from today itself. How
Correct.
many ways I do have? Just an example purpose. An incident is created and I
Right.
want it to auto route to any of the assignment group. Right? How many ways I do have? I will think I will write client script.
Right.
Then I can think I will write
Business
assignment rule.
assignment
I
tool.
will
Right.
think I will write business rule configuration. So
Right.
multiple things are triggering in my mind. Now, based on your current configuration of your instance, you
Hmm.
should think what is best over here. But
Right.
as a designer, as an architect, you have many things. As a solution architect, you should think yourself as a building architect.
Hmm.
He has almost 2 to 3 plans ready while designing a building, because you don't know which one the actual investor builder is going to finalize.
Find out.
You
Correct.
should be like same. Okay.
Very good. Yep. Thanks. Very, very, very helpful insights on that particular part. So we are just on the 45 minutes now, and
Sure.
10-15 minutes more in our bucket.
15
And I
minutes.
guess one of your friend put the comment for you that, "Hi Gaurav, good to see you live. Keep doing the great things
Who,
and
I would like
contributing
to
to
know
the
who is there.
It's Ola.
Oh, hi. How are you? Nice.
So he
Good
put
to see you.
yes. I guess it's a very late evening for them, but
Yes.
still in
Let
the
me.
call. So thank you so much, Ola, for joining this session. Now I come to another point here, and this is question came to me as well. Okay, I learned ServiceNow, I learned ITSM, I learned CSM. Now the question come, how I can do hands-on this particular part. Do you have any use case? People generally ask, Atul, do you have any use case? You have any project to do that part? So what your points on that part, that okay, I done now learning trainings, I read the blogs, but I want to be make more and more efficient for me to be go and check the things in the instance, and how I can do the particular hands-on coding part. What your take on that particular thing, Gaurav?
Okay. So it is a good question. This is again the answer is getting divided into two parts. The first part I just explained you. You should have multiple ways to do the thing. Now, how the questions and how the learning is coming on. As an end user, open your PDI, try to request any of the catalog items or anything, see any record producer. Even as if you see in your PDI, when an incident is assigned to someone, the state
Mhm.
is getting automatically updated to in progress. So multiple things are going around in front of your eyes.
Right.
So as a developer, you should think why and how this happened. When
Okay.
you will ask this question, why and how, and when you will get the solution of these questions, definitely you will learn. Maybe there is a chance ServiceNow has developed it in different way, and
Mhm.
you might end up with creating a solution with more efficient way.
Correct.
Okay. So these two questions should come in your mind when I moved it to assign to. How did the state change to in progress? What
Okay.
could be in the behind? A business rule or a client script or anything. So
Okay.
just start thinking everything with a curiosity, how
Right.
it is being done in the background.
Okay. Now I'll come definitely service now organize a lot of competitions as well. I'll not say don't consider this as a competition because service now put even though goodies on that particular part, and you I know that you and me participated in the build with App Engine Studio, build with RPA as well.
Yes.
So what you thought that, shall we participate in those events or shall I ignore? No, I don't have a time, why should I waste my time here? Nobody's going to recognize me. What your thought on that particular part? Specifically, I'm talking from the developer perspective. As a BA, I participate in the booth. I participated in the App Engine Studio. I participate in the build with RPA as well. What your take from that particular part on the development side?
Okay, very good question, Atul. So these trends are getting more and more famous these days. ServiceNow started this with App Engine Studio in the last year, I think September or August. Now this
Right.
year we are doing RPA. Okay,
Correct.
so doing this, you are pretty much updating yourself. We learned App Engine Studio in the last year. I have developed a couple of apps using that. Even I posted the video also. Second one, when you share your achievement, the goodie is just a part of just giving, let's say,
Recognition.
participation. You have
Yes.
done a participation, let's
Right.
have this goodie and make the community grow. So everybody is posting around that. So people, as soon as let's say 100 people have participated in it, and ServiceNow has given them the goodie. So when people are posting it on LinkedIn, that App Engine Studio or that RPA is growing. people are getting know about the RPA, and
Correct.
slowly people will participate into it. Now with the RPA, we are suggesting our idea, the crazy idea, technical idea, and other ideas.
Other ideas, right?
So I am going through each and every what people are posting over there as an idea. So our knowledge is also getting ended. The
True.
last question which you asked, how can I learn? This is the way that
Exactly. Okay.
somewhere
Yes.
is written and I'm getting learned from that.
Right.
Okay.
And I would like to be share my experience as well, guys, on that particular part. I attended my first Knowledge 23 in the Vegas in the May, and you will not believe, I everybody know in the community now that I'm not a developer, even not a low code developer, the no code developer. I'm not a developer here, but still I participated in the hackathon in Knowledge, and you will not believe that our team was in the top six for the finalists of that particular category. So if I can participate, then you are the pure developers, coders here who can build anything in the service now. So you should go and participate on that particular part. And here I would like to be add one more part, one more thing, that ServiceNow is organizing another event. We started from tomorrow, 1st of October, that is called Hack to Be Fest 2023. It's a 10th anniversary of that particular fest. It is like a open source code. I'm going to put that link in the comment section. You can go and check that particular part. Sorry, Gaurav, what your take on this particular hackathon? It's not a hackathon actually. It's like an open source,
Open
and
source.
you're going to be add something or you're getting something on that particular part, and also you will be getting the goodies as well in this particular part. So what your take on that particular thing, Gaurav?
Okay. So goodies are being shared just as your participation. Okay. Second thing, as I told, do participate in this, guys. You may get new friends over the LinkedIn who have participated into it. Second thing, you are getting something new to learn. And always a good thing, keep in your mind, always test yourself. You
Correct.
are the first competitor of your own. You have to beat yourself on the basis of knowledge than your yesterday, then your day before yesterday, or your month, your quarter, or 6 month, or a year. So you are your own competitor. Do test yourself. As an habit, I will tell you, I do connect with my friends who are more superior to me, and I do check my knowledge with them. I do ask them to take my interview, how updated I am. That
Oh,
we should check every day. Okay, so what
yes.
is coming in ServiceNow whenever I do check with my friends, I am lagging behind or not. And I'm very blessed that Atul and Prashant are making sure we are updated. Okay, whenever release notes were there within a week by Prashant and you. Even Amit
Yes.
posted something, Ardit also posted many things, but you two were on top of that. So we are updated, I'm pretty sure. Okay,
Thanks. Thanks on that particular part. So I added two links, guys, in the chat window here. Number one is to participate in that Hack to Be Fest 2023. It's an open source. If you don't want or you don't know any coding, I still say go and register and see what is happening around that part. The last date, I guess, it's starting from tomorrow, and I put the other link as well, that is called the Build with RPA. It is be ending on 13th of October. Please, it's nothing new to do in that particular part. Go to Now Learning, complete the training in that particular part, build your app, and put your ideas on the LinkedIn or the in this particular blog itself, and then you will get an email to get a ServiceNow Creator Con 2023 T-shirt as well. I already ordered that part. I'm getting in next week, hopefully on that particular part. Okay, so now we just have a 7 minutes left in our bucket, and I have a two or three rapid fire questions for you.
definitely.
So get ready.
Okay,
Give me a term. We start with the Z in ServiceNow.
Czechoslovakia,
In ServiceNow,
Zing,
Zing, nice. Give me a word which start with the X in ServiceNow.
XML.
What is the major difference between Flow and Flow Designer?
Flow is flowing and flow designer is not flowing.
Nice. When you think about ServiceNow, what is the first term came in your mind?
Incident.
Oh my God. Who is the favorite user in ServiceNow for you?
Able tutor.
That's true. Okay. And I put the last question here.
Okay.
If I give you chance to redesign the service now, what is the best part, or what is the part you want to pick up and redesign it? Interface,
Import
flow,
sets.
form, XML, JSON. What do you think?
Import sets.
Import sets. Why?
I do struggle in importing those big Excel sheets here. I want to design it in my own way because people are giving a very scattered data, and
Okay.
I end up with headaches. Oh, what is this? How can I import it? So my view is redesign it so I can import any kind of sheet. Once data is received, give me a chance to sort that data again and then import to my target table.
Okay. Good. Now, just two questions I have in my bucket. Number one, that you were MVP 2022, right? And we forget to discuss on that part. I'll give 2 minutes on that. How was your experience being an MVP? And when you received the first email from Mark Obi or from the community manager that, "Hi Gaurav, welcome in the league, and you are MVP for 2022." What was the feeling on that particular part?
Okay. So the most awaited trophy was MVP trophy. Maybe I would say not the trophy, the MVP announcement was the biggest achievement. I was waiting for this for 1 year almost.
Oh,
And whatever the hard work I told in the beginning, I did this. So, being first time MVP, I was keeping in mind that I should get MVP this year. I have invested so much time. I have done this, and many people have filed the
nomination.
nomination for me. I
Correct.
should get an MVP. So that was the first thing. Second thing, when I became MVP, the responsibility was on me very big
Right.
because it was everywhere through LinkedIn and everywhere that Gaurav has been rewarded as an MVP. So people start recognizing me and the responsibility started. So project work and many things started. Even I was getting invites in many of the podcasts like you did. So people were saying that within small time he became an MVP. So how
Right.
was your journey, how you did that? So that was a big part. But let me tell you frankly, when you become an MVP and a rising star, the responsibility on your shoulders are increasing. So
Correct.
we have to be strong with the knowledge that we will sustain with that MVP tag. Okay.
Nice.
So
Good.
every day I'm doing that I should
Yes.
be stay on the MVP tag. Okay.
Sure. And the last point, any specific message, any special message to the community here, to a developer, architect, BA, consultants? What your last message on that particular part on this podcast?
For becoming an MVP, rising star, or just
Anything
for
which you want to be share your thoughts, the last message, guidance,
okay.
suggestions, advice, kind of things.
Okay. So when I became MVP, later on the Rising Star program started. So I have given a way to many of the people. Some of them have followed them and they become a Rising Star in the first streak of the Rising Stars. In the
Nice.
last week also of the list of that 57 people, almost I will tell you 10 to 12 people are in my daily contact whom I have told that you guys can do better this and you can become a rising star. So they have
Nice.
they have set as a milestone. We want to be a rising star. Okay. So my message to everyone that like we have a community with our religion or we have a society community of the caste that we belong. Okay. So why we do that?
Right.
To help the people who are like us. They are having some same things shared with us. Okay. So ServiceNow community is same kind of community. You will see Atlassian community, you will see Salesforce community, Java
Right.
community, many over there. So why
Correct.
these communities are there? To help who are facing some issues. So as a contributor to ServiceNow community, do your karma, you will be
Yes.
appreciated for your work. So whenever we MVP meets in Pune, means all across the globe also people do meet, in UK
Right.
people meet, in US meet, you also have some folks over there or
Correct.
meet people. So those who are doing good on community, people are discussing about you and you are being getting recognized by the people. So you
Correct.
don't need to do it a separate kind of any, don't have to take extra efforts to showcase people what I am doing. Okay.
Hmm.
Because just because of that fame of becoming rising star and an MVP, some people are misleading the guidelines. Okay.
Right.
So please don't do that.
Yes.
Just contribute to the community. It is for well-being of each and every individual. You will get rewarded with your contribution. Everybody is monitoring you, everybody is seeing your efforts, and I wish everyone all the best for becoming a rising star or MVP. And first of all, grow in your work. When you will grow, your salary will grow, your designation will grow, and your family will be happy. That is the most important thing. Okay.
Good point, Gaurav. That karma is one of the important things that we have to be think from the karma perspective. Let's see. Okay, fruit I will get sooner or later, but we should put our efforts on the karma part. That was very
Definitely.
nice discussion with you, Gaurav. So again, as a tradition, we have done. We reached almost on the time. It's already over from the time
Over
perspective.
1 hour
So
now.
let's take 10-20 second pause here. Let's pray to our God. Thanks to our God for giving us opportunity to sharing our thoughts and the way the feelings we want to communicate to everybody they receive in such a manner. So let's take 10 second pause and then we'll formally close this session as well. Okay, so thanks everybody. We are good to close this podcast here. And once again, I thanks everybody joining from across the world, from India, from Europe, from US region. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning once again, and specifically from UK as well. And thanks, special thanks to Gaurav to moving this session a week earlier because of my some commitments come in the last minute, which I have to be follow on the next week. And I'll back again soon with some other unknown to known, but here I can put a verdict here that Gaurav is not unknown to us now. He's a non personality for us.
No, thank you.
We
Thanks.
know a
Thank you.
lot about Gaurav. Please, if you want to discuss anything regarding your career perspective, your ServiceNow journey perspective, you can connect Gaurav with on the LinkedIn. You can follow Gaurav on the community. You can follow Gaurav on the YouTube channel as well. And Gaurav, if you want, you can put your channel details in the
Yeah.
chat section as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can search with the Snowfly name over there on YouTube. I'm available over there. You guys can connect me with on LinkedIn. I'm always there on LinkedIn. You guys can go through my articles on community. Maybe they will help you for developing yourself. Almost 10 plus articles are over there, and
nice.
they're all around different areas. Thank
Good.
you, Atul, for inviting me, and
My pleasure, Gaurav.
good luck. Let your learn and grow channel should grow like that tree behind you. Let that tree grow big and big. Thank
We,
you
we,
all
we grow
for,
together, actually, right?
yeah. And I would like to thank everyone who have joined us. I don't know the count. I'll check that later with you. But thank you everyone for
Yeah,
joining with us on Saturday 2 p.m. And special thanks to who are in Pune. I know this is your sleeping time, but thank you for joining.
correct. Okay, thanks, everybody. See you again
Thank
in
you.
some other session. Thank you so
Thank
much. Bye
you
bye.
all. Bye.